inside the firebox now. I told you we'd get in here. That's because it's all finished. So surprise if you're waiting for that. Here we have one of the siphons. This is the fireman's side siphon. And over here is the engineer's side siphon. And they're all finished too. Then over here are the arch tubes. Oh, this is the engineer's side arch tube. And it goes down to that hole there, and the other one goes up to this hole. Now, the fireman's side is just the same, and goes down from that side into that. I don't know, can I get a better picture of this in here? Let's see. Yeah, a little bit there. You can see the rear tube sheet and all the tubes in it. Kind of shiny on the end because they've been ground down that way. And yeah, you can't really get all of it at once, it's so big. But they left the plank in here so they could do any more work. They got a few taps left in here. And they got some of the new brick in. Now we got the one big brick that goes over the bottom of the arch tubes here. And there's going to be these smaller ones that will go on the arches over this way. This is what helps create the draft in the fire and directs the smoke out the tubes. So that's how that all works. The bricking will come back to this area and it'll sit on the sides on the pipes here, on the siphons. So I don't know the best way to show you this in here, but it's all done now. We're pretty much getting ready to put the grates in and build a new ash pan that will go in place of this floor. This floor is actually sitting on the back trucks, but yeah, it's gonna get done here. I want to show you out here now. You see the one water pipe on one side and some connections down there. See if I can get out here. Well, you can see inside the bowl here we got the stoker piece in. Now I'll shove the coal up into this bowl here and into the firebox. Got the jets on here. Climb on out here without making too much noise. They shut off the lights on me while I was in here trying to start this thing up, and had to go back out and turn back on. And the first thing you notice when you get out here is, hey, we're facing forward. And it's like, well, why is that? Look out for the blow down here. Yeah, we're right in here. Well, what's going on? Turn around. Oh yeah, the tender's attached. Let's see here. Yeah, how about that? So we finally got the tender connected to the engine now. Oh yeah, it's getting there. There's some stuff in here that was connected, including the stoker tunnel. And well, I'm going to shut this down and see if Ethan can combine them. Do a second section here. Okay, I turned the other lights back on. That kind of reduced the shadow effect. That wasn't helping the camera synchronize. But also, I showed you that the tender's being reattached to the locomotive. And also what we done a couple days ago is paint the rest of the boiler down this way. We even got some on the side of the firebox here. This side isn't as finished. We still got to clean a little bit more of that and primer it so we can get the rest of the macro epoxy on there, the black stuff. They put the last section of catwalk on the side up there. Still needs to be bolted down. Once that happens, I guess they might reconnect the sanding lines up there. All these other copper lines are in the process of being reconnected. And if you couldn't tell, the Boilermakers are all done with the welding on the caps and the stay bolts. So that's all done now. And now the finishing touches start to come along here. We got the now I got this part uncovered, and no longer have the air attachment up here blocking the way. So we got the injector, and we got the connection that should turn that up here. We're gonna need to still drill the hole in the floor for that. They're busy reconnecting all the copper lines in here for the stoker because that's in. And I'm gonna show you that on the other side. But we may as well go up into the cab here and see what's going on before I leave for the day. Sorry about that. I'm trying to use both hands to get up here. They reconnected the gangway the best they could. They gotta take off a little bit here, maybe heat it up and push it in, because this is a new cab floor in here, and this is the original gangway. But yeah, now we'll be able to walk between the engine and the tender and shovel the coal. So no problem there. You can see inside the tender here, we still got more of the parts to put in. These are the grates that will go inside the firebox. So we'll open this all up and get them all blown off, hopefully, and get them to where we can put them back in there. It's all empty except for this stuff, and we got the fire brick sitting in the back there. We're making new brick. We're just using the old stuff as the templates. So it takes a few hours to make them, because you gotta get them into a mold, and then you gotta press fit the new concrete, and wait a few hours for that to get settled. So that's what's in the bunker of the tender right now. If you didn't see the earlier updates from last year, and we still got everything up here, all our tools and stuff for working on the locomotive when it's running. The cab still hasn't been painted on the inside, but some more stuff has been taken off and is being cleaned. So hopefully that means that he's going to get in contact pretty soon with the guy who's supposed to spray paint in here, and it's going to turn green. Sorry, Michigan fans, but it's actually a lime green, but yeah, it's still green. Sorry. They did put the connection up, the switch for the headlight, and the backup light is back on, and that's all reconnected. And there's some more stuff up on the engineer's side, some more valves going to the water column here, and put some more on the water level glass, and the one on here, well, the fireman's side is still the same, but it's all, well, the stoker gauges are both up now, so now that's ready. It still doesn't have the light though that goes in there, and the steam pipe is in for the stoker itself, so it comes off the big turret pipe on the front end here, and one of these valves opens it. Let's see which one. That one there has the stoker. So that allows steam in through here and to run into the valves. You open each one to run the jets inside the firebox. So that's that. And on the engineer's side, we still got the air gauges on here, but still no light. That's what goes in this thing here. And it's an actual light that shines down into the gauge itself, so it backlights it. And that's how that works. But we got the copper lines running to the bell and the sander, and to the whistle. And still haven't done anything for the cylinder cocks though. Those will go in there. This here is the valve that opens the rail washer, which sprays a jet of water behind the drivers. I'm not sure what that's used for. My guess would be to spray the sand off that you just put on there to give it traction. I don't know why that is. There's got to be a way. I'll find out for another video, unless someone else knows on here. Anyway, now the connection is up for the safety whistle, the low water alarm, and here's a better look at what that says. When low water alarm whistle blows, start injector and pump immediately. If unable to put water in the boiler, extinguish the fire. So if you can't put water in the boiler that's going to expose the crown sheet in there, look out. You better be dropping your fire, because you don't want it to heat up to where the crown sheet melts and makes this thing explode. And again, here's the level that you want to keep it at. And the whistle's up here, and the valve inside will be just about that line. And where you can still see into the crown sheet in there, because this cap has not been installed yet. But these ones over here and over here have. Plus there's the lower ones. That one in the middle, and this one on the engineer's side. And of course the ones at the very bottom of the boiler in there. So we're going to go out here, and we're going to take a look at the stoker. And I'm going to turn around here, do it the safe way. So that way you fall and you get a wild ride. Sorry if that's what you were paying for. Heck, this is YouTube. It's all free. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, so we still got the pipe connection for the cold water pump. Now I'll connect to this pipe. The hose will connect to this pipe on the tender. And we got these pipes down here for the air, and we got this is the connection back here for the stoker engine. Here's the stoker itself all up there, ready to have that thing connected back to it. We got the pipe on here for the steam, and steam comes from up on the turret again. That'll run this engine on here, and the pistons will go back and forth inside there and connect to that rod on the end, which will connect to this and run the auger inside the tender that runs inside that tunnel. And you saw that is kind of covered with all the stuff up in there in the bunker. So all this is redone here. We got some more connections, and like I said, the new ash pan will be on the outside here, and you won't be able to look in there unless you look down in and up through it. And of course now all you'll see is the grates that the coal sits on. You won't see the stoker tunnel or the connections where all the fittings are for the steam jets. You won't see any of that. You'll only see any of that on the outside here if you look. But yeah, we got the other valve mounted on the other blowdown valve mounted on the other side, but it's not connected like the handle is for the engineer's side. So that still needs to be connected, and like I said, it's been painted the rest of the way this way until that point. So I gotta do all the way up there though. In a moment I'll show you another thing. But the tender's on here, and that's the big part. And we took out, well, the machine shop is not really running at the moment until we get some more parts put on. Of course they're done drilling stay bolts and cutting them and all that. We moved the big air compressor outside and all of its components, because we're not going to have it in here. We're going to have it on some ties outside in its own little air room. I'm saying that with quotation marks, because it won't really be a room. It's more of a lean-to, probably a covered lean-to. But now the engine tender fits in here, but it probably could fit in here with that stuff on it, on the end of this track, but we just want a lot of space, and it's pretty loud in here when that thing is going. So the engine and the tender have its whole area here back to itself. Plus we got the cement now that we put in a couple of years ago for the machine area itself, and now we can stand on and better service the locomotive instead of standing on the uneven dirt ground that was in here. And looky here, these are the headlight number boards for the front of the locomotive. This one's been repainted, and this one's been cleaned and primed. And here are the actual number pieces for that. And this one, yeah. So just a piece of glass with the number written on the ends. Yeah. Okay. Leave it unlocked. Okay. No problem. Sorry about you left me in there with it all dark. I was trying to get that picture. What? I was trying to get that picture. You shut off the lights on me. Oh, darn good. Yeah, I'll blame him later on. See you later, Kev. Anyway, Yeah, like I said, they shut off the lights on me in here. I was up in there trying to get a picture for Ethan's Facebook. They were in here too, and I guess that happens. You know, Barney. I love the guy, but you know, sometimes, the hazing and everything else, and the making fun of, and us going back and forth at. But anyway, yeah, we got the stuff up there. Got the steam connections for that pipe, and even for the dynamos up there. And I should show you the lines, the brass line, the copper lines for the air on the sandbox on this side have all been reconnected too. So like I said, they need to get these pipes reconnected. The ones in the bottom have all been redone, so the pipe that goes in between them all needs to be put in there. And like I said, it hasn't been finished with the painting. Hold on a second. Get the light up here, because you can't really tell now. Okay, so this is where the macropoxy stops, because I wasn't able to get under the boiler this far. I actually wasn't able to get under it this far under here. I had to try and sit at the front on the very bottom, this part, trying to get under there. It's more finished on the other side. You can see that lip there, yeah, where I got up to. But I need to crawl in on the other side, this other side, to get the rest of it up to where it's finished here. And then I'm going to work my way down. It's going to be a little dirty because the engine's been moved back and forth, and the dirt's been collecting on top of whatever grease and oil's been up there. And hopefully we'll get that done, and we'll be able to power wash it. So that will no longer be a problem until the engine's back in service. Got this washout plug in here, and this one was disconnected to see about the leaks. We actually filled it part of the way with the water already, because they finished it on Friday, so they put it in here yesterday on Saturday. And there was some leaking because he didn't have all these things capped in here, but the thing is, he wanted to be able to inspect them to make sure that those all lined up, because those were here in the combustion chamber. Those were some of the last ones done, and these sleeves need to be, we need to make sure those are nice and tight. So even if we need to make them rust in there and make them nice and sealed up, that's what we'll have to do. But otherwise, it's pretty well sealed up in there. We got all the pipes connected. Well, this one still isn't quite connected yet for the cold water pump that goes. This is the connection pipe that goes outward from this end of the pump, and will go up the pipe and goes all the way to the front of the locomotive up to the heater on the front end before it's put in the boiler. Say hello again, Cinders. He ain't listening to me. Anyway, yeah, so it's come right along here in the past week. We still got a lot of pipes and stuff to put on there. So if you're thinking that was all finished, well, you're wrong. But yeah, it's come a long way. Wish we'd get that cab painted, but we gotta get all the boiler painted too. Meow. I'm about to leave here, Cinders. You better eat your food. He's nuts. Got this all cleaned up here by the sandblasting. We'll only be sandblasting the smaller parts now. Got the big sandblaster in here. And hopefully pretty soon all the chemicals on the rack here will be moved out. And I gotta tell you, this was last weekend for the 75 trips for the year. 75 is going down to Kansas this next week, and it's gonna be running. I forget where it's gonna be running at, but it's gonna be running down there. I guess it's not going right back to Indiana before that or even after. I guess it's going somewhere else after that. But you see the front end here, the blinks on the side of the headlight here have been removed, so we can put the new number board. So we can, so we can put the number boards back up there, blade number boards. Don't ask me about the flying number boards. I'm not sure on that yet. I don't know if he's made a decision on those. If he goes with just the number boards on the headlight, I was hoping he'd put the white trim on everything, so we could get like a builder's photo of the locomotive, because it's gonna be like brand new again. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll put everything back on it, including the flying number boards, and then white wall the tires and the trim and everything. But a lot of people don't like that, even though that's how it was built as. There's even a lot of pictures of it like that. I don't care what anyone says, it looks good. when you can see where everything is on it. But we'll see what happens, what he wants to do. Kevin's some sort of indecisive right now, but he's trying to get done with this thing. We got, like I said, it's got to be finished in October, and here we are going to late August. So the front end isn't closed off because we still got to do the real hydro, which means we got to put water in the full boiler and then pressurize it to, I think it's 20% more than the maximum pressure is when it's under steam, because we got to test the integrity of a lot of those bolts, because the whole firebox inside there is brand new. Well, 90% of it. The throat sheet is still the same. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to be finishing up on all this up here. And once the hydro is done, and we know those tubes in there don't leak either, we'll be putting in the superheaters. As you can see, those ones down there are waiting to go in. They're all finished. And we got to move the next side and do whatever repair work on those we need to do. This whole area is a mess here. They got to move all this out around next week. Hopefully. We got the scaffolding on the other side there, and they can work on that. Because the engineer's side here is almost done. We got to put the throttle bar back across here and reconnect with the throttle assembly, which is where the superheaters go into. Another manifold in there. And of course, you've seen that a lot before. And we're cleaning up this track. All the engine's parts been moved away from it. We got some of the, here's the templates that are used for the fire brick inside the firebox there. They've all been moved inside. So no more today. Maybe next week they'll be putting some more forms out for the brick. So yeah, that's it inside here. Still gotta move the tool car out here. I got 75 on the other side of the building. Whoa, that's kind of bright. Yeah, so say goodnight to the engine here. And to Cinders, who's in here. He'll probably climb out under the door later. I gotta go get my stuff there. But I'll just shut the door here in a moment. So say goodnight to 1225 for right now. It's even under the smoke jack there. So it's been all spotted and ready to go. For the last pieces of work we need to do on it. Of course, we need to get the lagging and the jacketing back on after all that other stuff is done. Not sure on the steam test yet. Not even sure if I'm going to be here for the hydro, but it's going to be in a little while, probably a couple weeks or so. He's got to figure out exactly what date that is, but say goodnight for right now. And out here, can't tell if this is any blurry. We got the fork truck. We still got that open car. We got the scrap beam moved around, and we got the Mighty Mouse over here, and the trackmobile out here next to the 76. So I gotta get those trucks, the new trucks, under the tool car here, because it's still under those roller bearing shop trucks. We moved some more cars around. Had to move the passenger train onto the main line for Saturday, and now all those cars are back in here. We got Shaggy, the other cat, out here. He doesn't say hello. He's kind of shy. And well, we got the pile still kind of smoldering of ashes. And the 75 is actually down the tracks, because like I said, it's going to be leaving here this next week. And in its place, we're going to get the 126. And that's going to be running some trips this fall here. And I think it might actually stay till Train Expo in June. We're still working on the final parameters for that. We got a bunch of locomotives coming, and we'll release information on that in the coming months once we get that finalized. So you can see the air compressor over there, and that's going to go on the end of the building over here. So that's what's been going on. We got the tow boards and the cap for the steam dome on there, here on the ground, waiting to go right back on. Of course, the tow boards will go under the cab. We got some more sandblasted and prime stuff right here. These are brackets for catwalk and some of the pipes. So that's what we're looking at here. A lot done. It won't be long before you see the 1225 steam again instead of just in the building here. Or on the outside of it, getting stuff taken off or put back on or worked on or whatever. You'll actually see it running. So from Owasso, this is a pretty long one, but thought I'd get you updated for August. And, well, come on out this fall when we have our trips. From Owasso.